from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 163 of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my left is Scholar Tarek. What's going on, sir?
Sheamus and Cesaro. Da-da-da-da-da. Sheamus and Cesaro. Still doing it from last episode. Damn, that didn't work. Da-da-da-da-da. Sheamus and Cesaro. Da-da-da-da-da.
And there's a recovery. Yes, we're just coming hot off the heels of Extreme Rules 2017. And oh boy, what a show this was.
All in all, it was a generally good show. Yes. I actually did enjoy it. There was a small handful of things that I didn't enjoy. More, I guess, if you reach more in the line of, I actually thought it was terrible. But all in all, like the overall feel of the show, I actually did enjoy it.
Oh yeah, so did I. There's definitely a lot to like on this show, but before we break all that down, I'd say it's time to go peek behind the curtain and check in on a little bit of backstage news.
Backstage news! Since you took my feed.
News. Sorry, fool.
No, you're not.
Actually, I am.
No, you're not.
I just sort of, when I get behind the microphone, it all just sort of flows.
Sure. Yeah, sure. That's what you... Yeah, okay.
Hey, it's not... Hey, to be fair, this week, it's not about what I said. It's about what you said. And who happened to like it on Twitter.
Oh, I hate you. I can't... You really are bringing it on to this, huh?
Yes, because apparently there was a little bit of trash talk from Scholar Tarek this week, trashing Mojo Rawley.
Oh my!
What did you say?
Okay, it all began when I was watching SmackDown, and Mojo Rawley was wanting to make a point or make a quote opportunity, since SmackDown is the land of opportunity, and he wanted to try and get into the Money in the Bank since he's already defeated the current champion, Jinder Mahal. My initial response to it was, no, Daniel Bryan, no. So I decided to take this little frustration out into Twitter, and I'm like, keep Mojo Rawley out of my Money in the Bank. And of course, you had to respond.
Yes, I did.
Because you're apparently a huge Mojo Rawley mark. And what was it that you said? Get into the hype?
Yeah, it was something about get hype, bro, or something like that.
And then the match happened. Well, I started the show like maybe a half hour or so before after the show initially aired, so I was a little behind. So I'm trying to fast forward. I'm like, okay, I gotta know if Mojo is not in this match. And I actually did manage to catch up to the episode, and I was super happy to see that he lost. He wasn't gonna be put in the Money in the Bank.
Boo.
Yeah, only you, boo. So I decided to try and go do a little more trash talking, and I was like, first I just go, hype failed, and then I'm gonna add a little more. I'm gonna add a little salt to this wound here. I'm gonna be like, at Mojo Rawley, more like overhyped. And I'm like, there you go, just rubbing it in more. And then earlier today, on the day we are recording, son of a bitch,
Mojo Rawley liked the tweet.
He had to like the tweet. And I'm just like, damn it, man. Why do you gotta like me trash talking you? Why?
Because he welcomes the hype.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
We love you, Mojo Rawley.
No, you love Mojo Rawley. I hate you.
I don't care. Mojo's my boy forever now.
No.
I will champion his cause.
There is
wherever
no cause. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal will be the only thing he'll actually achieve
until he wins the WWE title.
No, he will not win the WWE title. No, he will not. I will be as fair as possible. The only singles title he'll ever win is the United States Championship.
Or he can just follow his tag partner and win the...
You don't say it. Don't say it.
But,
I will slap you silly.
But...
No buts. Nothing.
You're right, no buts about it. Oh!
I'm going to punch you right... I hate you right now. And I hate you, Mojo. You son of a bitch.
we love you, Mojo.
No,
keep up the good work.
Stop, no, we. Only you. Only you. The royal we, not me we. Me we.
Me we.
Oh, you really had to bring this up.
Not even 10 minutes in and we're already getting crazy.
We're just over. Oh, no.
See how hype we're getting?
This isn't hype. This is frustrations.
Hey, degrees, man, degrees. Either way, I'm still loving it.
You
and
have
the
to.
world of the world of professional wrestling. The world of professional wrestling is just a crazy, wacky place, and we love it. But all that being said, on a more serious note, as of the day of this recording, we got another little bit of good news. Apparently, Wolfgang Xander Hardy, the newest son, that's his real name.
I read this. Oh,
Matt Hardy's new little boy just got born today at June 8th at 11:37 p.m.
That's awesome. I applaud. Scholars applaud. Come on, scholars applaud.
Scholars applaud.
Congratulations. Congratulations on bringing a new life to this world, and maybe he'll grow into the life of wrestling just like Daddy.
Yeah, let's face it.
He's already broke. He was born broken.
The new... I don't even know what that means.
Gimmick broken.
Gimmick broken.
Come on.
Sure, let's go with that.
Trying to be fun about this.
Just watch the new Hardy Boys, King Xander, Wolfgang and King Maxwell for Tag Champs 2045. Let's go. We in there.
Hey, yeah.
Stranger things have happened.
Hardy Boys 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Well, considering there's already an X in his name and they named him Wolfgang, I'd say he's pretty extreme as it is.
And following his daddy, Broken Matt, and Uncle Nero.
Uncle Brother Nero, more like.
Uncle Nero. That's what they're going to call him.
Just watch.
That's what I would call him.
He comes to the house at Christmas. Uncle Nero, I knew you'd come.
I'd rather be on Pluto. Uncle Nero, you come to join us for Christmas. I'd rather be on Pluto.
Okay, now I want to see... coming this December, a very hearty Christmas.
Oh, no.
I'm sure one of them has come up with that already. Who are we kidding? But in any case, congratulations to Matt and Rebby Hardy. You may not have had the owl situation figured out, but you do have the baby situation figured out. Congratulations on a new addition to your family.
Indeed.
But anyway, on to business as usual. We had Extreme Rules 2017 this past week, so let's break it down. This is Extreme Rules 2017. First off, I admit I did not watch this match. We had, on the pre-show, Kalisto defeating Apollo Crews. Did you manage to see this one?
I did. And it was a really good match.
Really?
It really was. It's one of it. I actually rank it as one of my favorite pre-show matches. Like, it told a story, and both Kalisto and Apollo Crews were on their A game on this one. And with Titus O'Neil being the crazy coach for Apollo Crews, he did his part well at adding the story of the Titus brand trying to, what's the word? Like 100% have Apollo Crews join his cause or his brand. It's not really a cause. But yeah, it was like, I actually would watch this match again. It really was very good. Both guys, a lot of athleticism, a lot of good grappling. Yeah, and it's like I said, it actually could be in my top 3 of pre-show matches.
Wow.
I actually liked it that much. I just remember sitting there watching, like, okay, let's get this over with. Granted, I should have thought I should have thought more thoroughly about this, thinking, oh right, it's the pre-show. The heel winning? Who the hell am I kidding on this one? And of course, we all were wrong on that prediction.
As long as it all gets the point across and does its job, hey, why not? Anyway, back onto the card as a whole, we've got Miz defeating Dean Ambrose to regain the Intercontinental title. This pretty much went I believe this went the way we were expecting it went.
No.
The result maybe.
No, the result it was, but you predicted it, because I remember telling you how completely idiotic and insane, stupid this stipulation was.
Oh yeah.
And you were just like, you honestly just...
I honestly forgot what I said.
You predicted The Miz just on account of how stupid this whole thing is. All in all, it was a good match. The match sense. I still felt that the stipulation really held this match down, especially at the end. Like,
yes.
Granted, it's also if Dean Ambrose gets disqualified, he loses the Intercontinental Championship at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. The Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Yeah, that makes as much sense as lots of things that don't make sense. Can't think of one off the top of my head. But the one thing that really hurt the match was the ending. All in all,
quite.
I like that it took them around 15 minutes for Miz to realize, oh wait, I could just have Maurice slap me in the face and I automatically win the title. Which is something that we talked about last week and something that everybody in the IWC has talked about. And the ref was like, "Oh, I know what you're doing. I'm not calling this bullshit. Maurice, you are out of here." And then the Miz throws Dean Ambrose into the referee while he's trying to get Maurice out of there, and the ref is kind of overselling. It's like, "Did you hit me on purpose? Did you hit me on purpose? Oh, I'm going to walk over to the timekeeper's bell. Oh, I will not tolerate this nonsense." And
even though I could just do it wherever I'm standing.
Exactly. And Dean Ambrose is like, looking like a complete idiot, is going, "No, I didn't do it. It wasn't my fault. I'm Gene Snitsky, apparently. It wasn't my fault. No, it's not, don't do it. Don't call it disqualification. Don't call it oh my god, I'm getting put into the skull-crushing finale.
Oh, my face hurts.
And you're knocked out, and The Miz won. Clean. Well, as cleanly possible.
As clean as a lose by disqualification, whatever you would want to call this kind of match goes.
My goddamn phone.
Sure, yes.
The one time I actually don't turn the ringtone off.
Interruptions.
It rings. Okay, but yeah, it was just... I'm like, really? I'm pulling a Miz here. Really?
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 Really? Yeah, it's... Really, I wasn't quite sure what I was expecting here. But, yeah, this match was not quite as zany as I was expecting. Sure, we got the requisite thing with the Miz getting slapped in the face and the whole thing with Maurice getting DQ'd and
the overacting ref.
Yeah, I mean, I expected some silliness here, but just the way the end was drawn out, that was a little. It just didn't. It was too much in that direction for me. I was just lost on that. But other than that, the rest of the match was solid.
It really, when it comes to actually the wrestling, yes, it was solid. And at certain points, when they had to throw in the stipulation to add the storyline to this match, like Dean Ambrose wanting to use a chair and the ref telling him like, "No, don't do that, don't do that." And when Miz exposed the turnbuckle, which is actually kind of surprised because that never went into play in the match, because usually when the turnbuckle gets exposed, somebody's going into it. I like that Dean was going to throw him in a turnbuckle. It's like, oh, wait, it's exposed. Oh, man, that was a close one.
I love all the voices that Dean Ambrose has tonight.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Oh, boy.
That was a close one.
Oh, dear.
The strange interactions between that ref and Dean Ambrose. Too many voices, and they're not in Randy Orton's head either. But yeah, it was when it came to certain points where the Miz was trying to get Dean disqualified. It's like, as fun as that was, it also was like, you're trying to make Dean Ambrose look like a complete idiot. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. The rules are still there on my end. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on this one.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. It was... Yeah, I'm honestly rendered kind of speechless on this one.
I don't know if it's because I'm biased because it was an Intercontinental title match or whatnot, but yeah, I'm just like, I was thinking throughout the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, I'm intrigued of the match, but the stipulation, the storyline of the stipulation is really holding this thing down to making it great.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to put it. Again, I know that these two can deliver a much better match in much different circumstances. The match stipulation just wasn't conducive to an exciting turnout. At least an ultimately satisfying one in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair to say?
That's
No.
Yes, that is
Rabble.
Yeah. Are you making fun of the way I talk?
Better luck next time, WWE. That's all I'm saying.
You making fun of my mumbling? Damn you.
What'd you say about my mumble?
What'd you say about my mumbles?
Speaking of mumbles, which actually I have no idea what that... Segues, Rich Swann and Sasha Banks defeated Noam Dar and Alicia Fox.
This was a mess.
Yeah,
this is one of the things that I said at the beginning. They weren't giving anything to get me to like it. Rich Swann with his creepy smile at the end when he won the match to Alicia Fox and Sasha, or as Noam Dar, Alicia Fox. I'm sorry, what was that? Alicia Fox.
You heard me.
Seeing them, they weren't even like wrestling. They were just doing that typical girl fight where they just tackle each other, and because they're both so flexible, it actually looks like, God, these girls are like, they're overselling to a point where it's like, I think they're gonna hurt themselves trying to do catfighting here. And I'm just, it's funny. I even like just hearing me say that now, just them wrestling like a catfight. I was like, isn't that not what they're going for with the women's division in WWE? Shouldn't. Especially when it comes to someone like Sasha Banks. Alicia Fox, it makes sense because she's been there a lot longer, so she's been through the cat fights. She's been through the, let's just look at women as nothing more than eye candy.
Okay, when Sasha Banks does it, depending on how she does it, like at least with Sasha's sort of gimmick, she's got this whole, like, I'll snatch your weave, and it'll be like, okay. That sort of, like, ties into her quasi, boss, ghetto queen kind of... I don't even know how you would put that. I'm at a loss for words.
I look at
Sasha's gimmick. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I look at this as nothing more than just giving Sasha something to do because they had nothing for her.
That is true, and I have to admit, I was instantly way more interested in this feud as soon as Sasha Banks was added to the mix. Like, they're doing what with Sasha? This is different. Well, okay.
As most of you know, throughout the course of our show, Sasha Banks has kind of been losing credibility for me. Especially at that point when her and Charlotte were hot potatoing the title and Sasha butting in on Bayley, which I guess, like, we'll talk more about Bayley's progression or lack of progression on the main roster later.
Oh boy, will we.
But when it comes to Sasha, I just lost complete interest in her to a point where she's so irrelevant. And it looks like she's even reaching that point of, I guess I won't say 100% irrelevancy because that's talking down on the Cruiserweight division, and I like the Cruiserweight division to an extent.
Yeah,
mainly just the main four people that they focus on, or the main four of the top of the Cruiserweight division. That I wasn't into this. I like Noam Dar, I like Rich Swann, but it actually was the females and their participation in this match that really was the thing that was the one spike in this. And I'm just like, yeah, this is just not working for me. Nothing in this match is working for me. And Rich Swann and Sasha Banks doing their what is this, Rich Swann's theme music? The Dangerous, or
Can You Handle This?
Handle this, I'm dangerous and something else. whatever it is, it's Rich Swann with a creepy face.
Whatever it is, it's Rich Swann. Yeah, in all seriousness, I don't think this is going to be a very long-standing feud. Like you said, I think this is just going to be a temporary thing for Sasha, just to wrap up whatever's going on here, and then the rest of 205 Live will continue as normal.
I think I said this last week. As long as Rich Swann doesn't become the James Ellsworth for Sasha Banks, I'll be okay.
Nah, Rich Swann is too cool on his own merits. It's not going to happen. No way.
What I mean by that is that Rich Swann updates his gimmick to look more like he's with Sasha Banks, adding more bling to his attire and all that, and becoming more like looking like a Snoop Dogg-esque.
If they do end up going in that direction, I can see it only being like a slight wardrobe change, only a very slight wardrobe change, for as long as they're tagging together. Outside of that, I don't see like a complete ridiculous top to bottom makeover like they did with James Ellsworth. I just don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's all breathe a collective sigh of relief here. At least I am.
There's no sigh. There's no sigh of relief, just sigh of frustration.
Oh, what do you mean sigh of frustration? There's still plenty of good wrestling on this card. Like this next match, Alexa Bliss being Bayley.
In just under just over 5 minutes, this match.
This
was nothing more than just a glorified squash.
Yeah, this was
I think
not
Bayley
very good.
How much offense did Bayley get in this? Little to none?
Very little. I actually had to go back and wait, how much offense did Bayley actually get? So I actually went back and watched it, and it was like, wow, this really was pretty damn bad, wasn't it?
It was really terrible. And what this whole storyline showed is that WWE just does not get Bayley's character. And they did everything at least when it comes to being on the main roster. Ever since she came up, she hasn't really shined. And I just keep thinking about all the discussions we had here on Scholars, from how we felt how she won her Raw Women's Championship, how it just happened. What event was it? Oh, and she became the backbone, or she pretty much became a lackey for Sasha, and Sasha was the main focal point of Bayley versus Charlotte and their feud, and Bayley has just been nothing more to look like a complete, noob. She looked like they took the gimmick of the underdog that the one wrestler that fans can connect with, especially kids, and they just completely trashed on it.
She's a scrub lord now. Any
kind of credibility she had as a main eventer was completely destroyed in this match and in this feud, because the whole "this is your life, Bayley." I hate I have to bring that back, but when you look at that segment of Alexa Bliss completely destroying any kind of reputation Bayley has, and one thing, Bayley tries to defend herself and she loses, and then they have the match itself, and the whole thing, Bayley can't use the kendo stick, and Alexa Bliss just completely destroys her. This whole thing was just to make Bayley look like a complete idiot. And now they're moving on to her to Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. So in a way, it reminded me of the Triple H Booker T feud.
Yes,
how Triple H was completely destroying on Booker T because of his past of the whole criminal record, and say he won't be a star, he'll never amount to anything, to being a top name. And Booker T, instead of getting his redemption, he loses. To an extent, proving Triple H right. It's the exact same thing here with Alexa Bliss and Bayley. Alexa Bliss completely destroys any kind of credibility for Bayley, that her win was a fluke, and she'll never really amount to anything because, well, from what they've said on WWE television before, she's never kissed a boy.
That's canon now.
Apparently so. And this is the one part of this. There was a lot that bothered me with the whole "This Is Your Life" Bayley segment that pissed me off, but this one was actually the worst. How when Alexa Bliss was talking to her friend, and it's like instead of hanging out with me, going to the mall, being like anyone else, she decided to stay home and watch Raw or SmackDown. So I'm like, wait, are you trying to shit on your own product? Are you trying to shit on Bayley for being pretty much what your audience is?
They're trying to get heat by insulting the audience's tastes.
You don't do that. You don't.
Well, it didn't work.
It didn't work, and well, to an extent, it did because the person who was the main focus of that segment won the match. Everything about this feud was a complete and total failure. And now I see Bayley as the new Santino Marella. She's going to become a comedy character now.
Was Bayley honestly ever funny enough?
Well, she was cartoony enough, having the inflatable tube man at the entrance, being nothing more than a big kid, hugging all the children, having what's her name be your number one fan.
Izzy.
Sure. I never.
Her
liked,
name is Izzy.
I never liked Izzy anyway, so I'm just like, you stop focusing so much on this kid. Yeah, I'm a grouch this episode.
Womp womp womp.
This was the lowest of the low for me on this event. I actually was on the verge of just wanting to go home after this match, but everything that all the rest of the matches that happened after this saved the card for me.
Yes.
In a big way.
Yeah, especially this next one, which I know is right up your alley. Sheamus and Cesaro defeated the Hardy Boys for the Raw Tag Titles.
Oh, come on. No. Let's say that again. Sheamus and Cesaro, they defeated the Hardy Boys to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Yeah, baby! Oh my God, I was dancing all over the place. I was losing my mind. I was dancing. I was going Sheamus and Cesaro. Sheamus and Cesaro. I was dancing. I was cheering. I was even doing my own version of that where I'm just going. So I pull the Sheamus pose. And I'm like, Sheamus and Cesaro. And then I switch to Cesaro's
fist pump.
Fist pump. Sheamus and Cesaro. Oh, I was losing it, and I was trying so hard to hide my erection because Cesaro was just one sexy beast in this match.
Okay then.
Oh yes, he was, and yeah, Sheamus was there too. But oh man, that's Cesaro.
That's Cesaro boy.
But okay, in all seriousness, now getting into the match, Cesaro was sexy.
I knew
it was they. What I loved about this, I loved that they added that there was no pinfall or submission. The only way to win was for both members to escape the cage. That I'm like, yes, that's what I love about steel. That's what I love about cage matches. I don't like pinfall or submissions all the time. This was definitely a situation where
the stipulation worked.
The stipulation worked, and it was perfect. They were these two teams. They work wonderful together.
Two professionals, two group sets of professionals still at the top of their game. Yeah, and the stipulation in this for this match actually ended up working in its favor. Fancy that.
And I just love with every opportunity someone tried to climb the cage, even to a point where it's like, I gotta bring back Cesaro because he's my boy. Him literally jumping up on the top rope and leaping. Trying to leap over the cage, trying to get on. Like, you sexy beast. That is awesome. And when when it came to the point where both Hardys looked like they were on the verge of getting out, Sheamus stops Matt Hardy, and Cesaro is holding Jeff Hardy up, and he's dangling him. Jeff Hardy's not hanging on to anything. He is just holding on by Cesaro's arm, and you just see Cesaro pulling those muscles and that vein and those holding that man up. What a sexy beast!
Oh, settle.
But yeah, Jeff Hardy got left the cage first, and I don't think I've tried to look back on all the cage matches, at least tag team cage matches. I don't think they've ever had someone come back into the match. At least not that I've found. I actually like that they kind of made that clear that if the person gets back into the match with what was the name of the Whisper in the Wind?
Yeah.
Where Jeff Hardy whispered in the wind, Sheamus and Cesaro, so to insert himself back into the match, and I like that they used that against Jeff Hardy to the point where Matt was trying to drag Jeff out of the match to get the win, but Sheamus and Cesaro already were. Oh, I'm gonna keep doing that. So stop giving that face. I didn't say anything.
Continue.
You're eyeballing me.
Yeah, because you're in the room. You're sitting right next to me.
You're rolling your eyes. Stop it. Sorry, he's my man crush, and I'm getting an erection under this table. Just thinking about it.
I'll move into the other end of the table.
Good, I get the microphone to myself.
Continue.
And I liked the storyline, the fact that Jeff saw Matt in trouble, got himself back in, but in the end it cost them the tag titles. And Sheamus and Cesaro are now your new two times WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. Oh, they don't just raise the bar. They are the bar. And they got me as hard as a bar. There you
On a somewhat unrelated note, I still have to ask the same question I always have to ask. Is Matt Hardy broken yet? Obviously now, since his baby was just born, he's off. But when he returns, will he be broken?
I won't say he'll be 100% broken.
Quick talk question.
I'd say he won't be 100% broken, but you will start seeing cracks.
Fair enough.
I could see him sort of like being a little angry at Jeff, but try and be understandable, and you just see him so conflicted till you see the point where he's kind of losing his mind. I could just like see him kind of like backstage. They'll have the segment, and you just see like Jeff walk away after they talk, and you start hearing Matt Hardy's voice somewhere, and you just see him slowly talking to himself. Because because I wasn't a huge fan of the broken gimmick in the beginning. Did he have a point where it looked like he had he was slowly talking to himself? I'll say, I guess, you saw the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie, right?
Third one, yes, I know what you mean.
Like, you know the scene where Johnny Depp has multiple Johnny Depps and he's talking to it?
Yes.
I could see them doing something similar like that. Maybe not like 5 Matt Hardys, but he can have another one that's kind of the broken and one's the extreme Matt, and he's slowly I guess
can see him doing it too.
Also to an extent like a Gollum.
Yeah. Well, considering he also did the whole Lake of Reincarnation gimmick for a while, I can see this being sort of in Matt's wheelhouse.
Okay.
If he was so inclined to do so.
I guess I got to look back at the broken gimmick from the very beginning so I can get a full understanding.
It's pretty much Matt doing whatever the heck he feels like, so it's certainly possible.
Okay.
Not deny that.
I guess I gotta get like a little True Hollywood story of broken Matt Hardy to get a full understanding that is the broken one.
Before we
V1's broken.
Ow. Before we move on, do you want to do that thing one more time?
Sheamus and Cesaro.
There you go.
There you go, yeah. Okay. I think I got it out of my system, I think.
For now.
My erection's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Moving on to the penultimate match for the evening. For the Cruiserweight Championship, Neville defeated Austin Aries. I did not see this coming.
I did not see this coming. I wasn't mad either. This was match of the night for me.
Really?
This match was awesome. this was just shows what the cruiserweight division can do. They're nothing more. They're not just flip guys. They're nice, strong, technical, willing to do whatever it takes. I won't say 100% it's stiffing, but they definitely look like they're really putting a lot of effort into the moves they land, into the punches they punch, the kicks they kick, the high risks they do, the submissions they put in. This match, I was into this match from the beginning to end, and both guys were on their A++ game. And I like that they showed that Austin Aries. Once again, it shows that he can beat Neville. It's just that this time, to an extent, he did. He did beat him, but because it was outside the ring, it didn't count. Rules. Mm-hmm. Even though I feel like, if I had to have one little nitpick on this one, it's the referee doing starting a 10 count while they were outside. I was like, it's a submission match, and with Neville once again trying to get himself disqualified, I'm like, can you get disqualified in a submission match? I didn't know. I actually thought they kind of throw in the no DQ and no time ring out.
I don't know. I guess for matches like this, since it's not really very, very clearly defined, I'm sort of of the opinion that they can pretty much do whatever the heck they feel like.
Okay, but the ending of the match was just a big highlight with Austin Aries trying to do that suicide dive between the bottom and the middle rope to missing, and Neville hitting the red arrow on his back and landing in the Rings of Saturn to win. Oh my God, that looked like it hurt. I'm like, yeah, that's how you end the match. And seeing Neville tap, and then again with just mixing up Neville and Austin Aries, just seeing Aries tap, and it looked like he was smiling.
He looked constipated.
I guess it was just the mustache.
It was.
It was the twirl of his mustache, but it just looked like, why is he smiling? He lost, dude. But yeah, I loved this match, and I said it last week. This was Austin Aries' last time at going for the Cruiserweight title, at least as long as Neville's champion. But I won't let it completely off the table. This is him getting a title match now, but this isn't the end of Neville and Aries. And like I said, this was match of the night for me. And I actually, when I got home, I sat and watched it again. Because I'm just like, this match was just so good.
Yeah, I have to admit, I cannot share that exact same sentiment of match of the night. But I have to admit, this match was really, really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but again, I just can't get the image of constipated Austin Aries resting there ringside out of my mind. And that was my one big thought after this match, because I hope this feud isn't over yet. That's the way they pulled it off. I can see them doing it for one more month, and then that's when Austin Aries takes the title.
So what more can they really do for right now? They've done so much. They've even had, I guess to an extent, lackeys, and now that's out of the door with Neville taking out TJP, and it looks like they're kind of throwing a TJP Neville feud, which I don't really want. I don't like TJ Perkins TJP very much, even when he won the Cruiserweight Classic. I was not a huge fan of him. I know he was suicide, but that doesn't help.
Well, thankfully, it does seem like this feud is not over just yet. But there's still any number of ways this can go, or it'll just end and we can move on to something else.
It looks like they're kind of... actually, you know what? I'm probably wrong about this. It looks like they're giving Austin Aries some time off the screen for a while. But I didn't watch 205 Live to get a real
Yeah, I did hear that he has to have some surgery, so that may be a reason why.
Okay.
Maybe they'll probably end up picking it up whenever he gets back and all healed up.
It actually is a good time. Give him some time. Give him some time off, and then like I said, this isn't the end, but it's the pause.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Agreed. Anyway, that brings us to our final match for the evening, and surprisingly enough, Samoa Joe wins the Fatal 5-Way and is now the number 1 contender for the Universal Championship. This is my match of the night. What do you think before?
I thought you were gonna go more with that. I really liked this match. This was my number 2 for obvious reasons. The one thing I liked most about this match, it made everybody look strong. It made everybody look like they were a top contender for the Universal title. Granted, it's against Brock Lesnar, but yeah, whatever. Two of them already faced Brock Lesnar, so oh well.
Except for Joe
and Bray and Finn Balor.
Yeah, but Joe's first in line. That's gonna be awesome.
What I really like this, and really thinking about it, I actually kind of regretted my decision of choosing Finn Balor, because I really was thinking in the long run. I was even conflicted about this on our prediction show last week. I was like, do I really want to pick Finn? I really feel like I should pick someone else, but I ended up going with Finn, and yeah, that cost me the whole prediction show with you and Brian actually tying. You both got 4 points. I got 3.
Better than nothing, I guess.
That's actually the second pay-per-view in a row I got the lowest score. I gotta get back on my game, man. After a 4 pay-per-view winning streak.
Hey, it's time for the rest of us to play catch-up. That's all I'm saying.
What do you mean catch-up? Oh, when it comes to the adding up the whole scores, you and I are tied.
I still need to play catch-up.
Oh, Brian's the one that needs to play catch-up. He's 3 points behind us.
I must overtake you all.
Is that so? Well, I got something to say about that. It's not going to happen.
Time
but back
will
to the
prove
match.
me correct.
Back to the match. Like I said, it made everybody looked great in this match. And the one thing that actually I found hilarious is that I think they're reaching to that point where they're just going to have Roman Reigns
say that.
Roman Reigns is nothing more than WWE's trolling of the audience. From the very beginning, they had the other 4 guys who, in some funny way of looking at it, they're in feuds. Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt at least they were supposed to be in a feud, but that was put on pause apparently. Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe were in a feud, and Roman Reigns is standing there in the middle of the ring going, I wish Braun Strowman was here.
He's just looking around like, what a maroon.
He's just looking like, I miss Braun. I miss my opponent. I miss my feud. I'm all alone here. So instead, I'm just gonna troll the audience and do some flexes. I was like, you son of a bitch. And then he continued that whole I'm WWE's troll of the audience of completely taking out each person in this match. Like, they come and attack me, I'm just like, bitch, please. Once again, it's back to that Infinity Mario star going. But once that whole thing got taken care of, I loved that Samoa Joe and Bray Wyatt pretty much took control of most of the match, and I liked that they knew both guys knew it was a temporary alliance, and they had small hints with Samoa Joe trying to pin Seth Rollins behind Bray Wyatt's back, and Bray turns around and is like, no, yeah, we're good. And then one trying to one up each other with the what is that move where when Finn Balor was laying on the floor and they had the chair on him and they just basically dropped on their backs. What is that called?
Senton?
A senton, thank you. I don't know, I'm brain farted apparently.
It happens.
like them trying to one up each other. It was really good storytelling. And then once everyone was getting back in the game, Seth Rollins was going to do a suicide dive, and Bray Wyatt pulls Samoa Joe so he could take the bullet, and then their alliance broke, which they knew it was only a matter of time. Samoa Joe puts Finn Balor in the Codita clutch while Roman Reigns spears both of them through the barricade. Seth Rollins does a frog splash onto Bray Wyatt through the announcer table, which kind of scared me a little bit because it looked like the front board of the table hit his bad knee, so he was I'm like, did he actually re-injure his knee? God damn it! But thank God he didn't.
Nope.
And then you had the Seth Rollins Roman Reigns stare down. Bray Wyatt comes in. It looks like he's gonna win. Finn Balor comes in. Looks like he's gonna win. And then all of a sudden, Samoa Joe, just being the stealthy assassin that they're kind of pushing him to be, he's the one that gets Finn Balor passed out, and he won the match. And I'm like, this was really fun.
That pretty much sums it all up. It was
great storytelling, great character build for all 5 guys, and everybody looked strong, very strong. And now we got a number 1 contender who doesn't give 2 shits just as much as the champion doesn't give 2 shits.
Yeah, this
and
I think it was. I'm sorry. I think it was either Dave Meltzer or Brian Alvarez who put him like, now. This match really solidified in at least his eyes and mine too, that now they've got 5 legitimate main eventers on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 of these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially for Samoa Joe, I felt like lately, as much as I love him, he was really lacking. This is exactly what he needs, and especially how they handled his promo with Paul Heyman on Raw. That was beautiful.
That's what I was actually going to go into, and yeah, it was exactly what needed to be said. I loved everything about this promo. I loved how Samoa Joe kind of called out Brock Lesnar on him not being there. How he's like he wants his schedule. He wants Paul Heyman. He wants to be a Paul Heyman guy. And then he wants the Universal title. Paul Heyman comes out as what was the exact words Paul Heyman said? It's like Samoa Joe is a guy who doesn't give a shit just as much as Brock Lesnar does. And then Samoa Joe's like, I want you to give a message to Brock Lesnar. I'm going to choke you out.
That slow, methodical. He was talking like a mob boss, just about to whack some dude.
Yeah. What I liked about it is it wasn't on the microphone, but you could pick it up on the camera mic. That was actually the part that actually made that whole thing great. I was ignoring the audience being complete douchebags and thinking, oh, they're so close, they're going to kiss. Fuck you, audience. I had to drop them one F-bomb. But just hearing Samoa Joe, I guess the best way to put it, it was scary. It made Samoa Joe scary. And
Joe, when he is scary, is absolutely awesome. He's got a great face where he can pull that off as he look like a legitimate badass in a way very few people on the roster can.
And just when he choked out Heyman, I'm just like, I cannot wait. And Heyman calls Brock and he's like, you got to bring the Beast next week. I am really looking forward to what's going to happen on Raw next week. One of them's going to be bloodied. It's going to be something similar to like when Brock Lesnar and John Cena fought when he came back and they were building for their feud. These are 2 guys who are scary dudes when they have to be. And yeah, one of them's going to be bloodied. And in my opinion, I think it's going to be Brock.
I want to see him go for a headbutt on Samoa Joe just so they can do that old callback, never headbutt a Samoan.
Yeah.
And use that as a segue that just Joe ends up taking Brock apart.
Like, I want to see Brock try, like, he headbutts Joe. Joe is just like, bitch, please, and then headbutts him, and that's where you see Brock bleeding, and then you just see Brock get up, and they just start beating the shit out of each other, and then you have the security guards, you have the agents, you have the referees, everybody trying to break them up. It's got and I want this to reach that point where they could look like they get so pissed off at each other that they can actually beat each other up because they want to rip each other's heart out.
And you know what? I think everyone knows it. The backstage and WWE knows it. And I think that's exactly what we're going to get in a couple weeks.
As long as they don't book the match like they did with Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam last year.
Not even there's that stupid.
I hope you're right.
All we have is hope some days.
Oh man, I loved it. I loved the second half of this event. Great opening match. 3 lackluster to terrible matches to 3 beautiful matches that really saved this saved this event for me.
So what's your rating for the show as a whole?
When it comes to the ratings, when I really think about those first official 3 matches, the first match was just the second match got worse, and then the third match was just completely abysmal. But then the next 3 matches came in and just really got me invested in the show. I'm gonna give it. It was initially gonna be a 3, but really talking about it again, I'm gonna give it I'm just gonna move that one piece up, and I'm gonna make it a 4. Classic. Full beard.
Yeah, honestly, after we broke it down, I'm going to have to do just the opposite. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 classic OT. Just because, like you said, it just started out so lackluster. I honestly had to rewatch a little bit of it just to jog my memory again. But I certainly did not forget about the second half of this pay-per-view. But again, it is still half of a pay-per-view, and as good as it is, I cannot give it, in good conscience, give it a very, very high mark. So, for me, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 classic OT. I enjoyed most, or at least half of what I saw, but I'm really looking forward to next month's pay-per-view, where this entire cast can do so much more.
You looking forward to Great Balls of Fire?
I am looking forward to Great Balls of Fire. It's the greatest name in the history of the universe.
No, it's not. But you know what? I said it last week. I said it to Dave. I said it to Charlie. I said it to Jamels. If they used the actual Great Balls of Fire as their song, I would be in this. And what they do? They made it a 50s vibe. They had the song. I'm just like, you know what? The logo looked like a flaming penis with balls, but
which Sasha Banks even confirmed.
Yeah, it's really bad when of course she would know. Oh
snap!
That's right.
A married woman knows what that looks like. Oh, heaven forbid!
A penis on fire? Sure.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
An erect penis that's on fire? Sure.
I'm not sure where you're going with that one. I don't think.
Well, of course Sasha would know about that. She's the one that causes the fire sometimes.
Pyromaniac Sasha.
Sure.
Is this a new meme?
Sure. That's never gonna go anywhere. Who are we kidding? We're just a low-rated podcast.
Oh dear.
But yeah, when it came to, now I pretty much said my opinion on Great Balls of Fire, that it's actually, if they keep it with this 50s vibe, I actually would find it's stupid but hilariously stupid. Kind of like the Room stupid. But when I came to my rating, I guess I got to go back. It started off as a 3. Miz and Ambrose kept it at a low 3. Rich Swann and Sasha Banks made it a 2. Bliss and Bayley made it a 0. It made I was giving up on this event. But Sheamus and Cesaro, Hardy Boys. I guess I did have one left in me. It actually raised that back to a 3. Austin Aries and Neville made it a very high, made it a higher 3, and that fatal 5-way match. So it was like throughout most of the second half of this, I was like at a 3.9, a very high goatee. It was that fatal 5-way that just turned it into a 4.
I can see that.
Like, it's not a super high full beard. It's just that point where it's like the classic goatees going in, and then you had the peach fuzz growing on your cheeks, and it's slowly turning into a beard. That's my. I know I'm overanalyzing it.
I can see.
I know I'm
analogy.
overanalyzing it, but I'm just saying. I'm gonna say it's like a great. It was a good event. It wasn't a great event, but it was just borderline.
Hey, it's effective enough. So before we close out, do you have any other thoughts about this week in general, or any Scholars Quick Talks?
I do have the Smackdown Rundown. Just to give my thoughts on what's going on with SmackDown. I do like that it was exactly as I thought it was going to be, just a smaller briefcase. I like that it's white.
Yes, that the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. I like what they're doing with it. It's distinctive. I
guess my prediction from last week is completely out the drain, because instead of being put into the match, Lana's getting a title shot at Money in the Bank.
That was a little unexpected.
It was a little unexpected.
But at the very least, it makes the women's Money in the Bank match a little bit more unpredictable than I at first thought.
Mm-hmm. Lana is beautiful.
She is a good-looking woman.
Oh, I do like that they're actually, like, yes, it's a new look and it's a sort of an extent new character, but she's keep the Russian accent,
which works.
Which I love it, and then just her completely losing her shit when Shane's like, this is the land of opportunity. You have to earn this, and she's just trash talking in Russian. It's like, I keep going, you bitch. You could just tell she's cursing up a storm, and so she costs Naomi the 6-women tag. I'm like, you know what? I like this women's division on SmackDown a hell of a lot more than the division on Raw. Mm. And I love Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is my favorite women's wrestler right now. But when it comes to the division as a whole, SmackDown definitely is in the right place. Seeing the New Day interact with the Fashion Police, I completely lost my mind. Hmm. I love that the New Day goes into their what's their place called?
Now I'm blanking.
Their office, I guess.
Let's go with that.
They went into their office, and first they were just taking their card. They're like, okay, I think this. Yeah, here they are. Let's go. Wait, why are we black and white now? They point out that they're black and white, and they're continuing the whole thing of Fandango and Tyler Breeze. They can hear each other's inner monologues, and the New Day can't. So they're just like, do you think they can hear us? Why are they staring at us like that? I could not stop laughing. It's like, I want you. I guess we just want to know. Can you give us everything you know about the Usos? Let's see what we're up against. And he just give them all the boxes of evidence of the Usos. Even you could see the wig and dress that Tyler Breeze used in their match at Backlash. I was like, oh my god, this is just brilliant. I love the Fashion Police. I love the New Day interaction. I want more of this.
I'm just so glad they're not giving up on them.
Me too. AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler 2, just as great as AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler 1. What I love about this is that they're doing what we've been wanting to see, and that is when Dolph Ziggler turned heel, he'd be put into a main event spot, and him feuding with AJ Styles for their build for Money in the Bank is doing just that. Both guys are fighting like they're naturals with each other, like they've been wrestling each other for years, and they haven't. It looks so natural, them working off each other. I loved it. I get Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. I guess I'm getting a little tired of them. Sami Zayn saying, Shinsuke Nakamura, he's an unexpected dude, so I'm gonna sit on commentary and watch them fight. And Baron Corbin takes him out. He's like, oh, looks like your spot for guest commentator is open. But at least the match was awesome. Shinsuke Nakamura and Kevin Owens was awesome, and they're keeping it going that Shinsuke Nakamura has Kevin Owens' number, and maybe this
right he does.
Would it lead to a United States title run for Shinsuke? Who are we kidding? We want him to go for the big belt.
Push him to the moon.
I'm completely ignoring Mojo Rawley and Jinder Mahal since we talked about that earlier, and because it's Mojo Rawley.
Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus Mojo Rawley triple threat match. Let's go.
Shut up. Enough of you.
Every day until it happens.
Stop you trying to troll me because you're working.
I'm just... when you wish upon a star...
Stop. No. Yeah, no one would ever want to wish upon a star on that shit.
Makes no difference.
Stop. No.
Okay.
You're trying to get me to laugh, and it's not working.
I'm done. I'm done for one evening.
This
is a debate that can go on for a while. I suspect it will.
And the best thing I'll just end it with this. I do like what they did after the match. Shinsuke won, but Baron Corbin came out and took him out just to show that I may be the most inexperienced in this match, but I am a force to be reckoned with. And it makes me look forward to what's going on. It's a good build for Money in the Bank. I can't wait to see where they're going to go with it. I still wish that Money in the Bank was a double brand show, but for what we have to deal with, I'm into it. WWE is putting on good television.
Yes, absolutely. With all the times we said I want to come back and I want to see what they do next week, that alone is telling enough.
This week was actually the perfect example of that for both shows.
Yes. So now you already know what we think. Now it's time for you to tell us what you think. So drop us a line in all the usual avenues. Leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you're feeling so sassy to do so for all the latest Scholars of Wrestling content. You can also check us out on our Facebook page, the Scholars of Wrestling Show. And you can do our favorite thing in the world. Follow us on Twitter, on all of our Twitter handles, including our main page at ScholarsOW for all the latest episode uploads. And you can also follow us on our private Twitter accounts. Fool, where can they reach you?
You can reach me at the Avataric.
You can reach Scholar Brian at Atomic Beanpole.
Oh yeah, Brian's not here.
Yes.
We totally forgot to say that he wasn't here today.
Yes,
Brian.
He is on assignment battling the aliens once again. So feel free to follow all of his adventures at Atomic Beanpole, and you can also follow me at I'm Robbie Rage. Check us out, follow us, join the conversation. It's a good time. In the meantime, you know who we are. We're the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
See you next week, everybody.
I'm calling you out, Mojo Rawley. I'm calling you out, man.
Hype.